Hi, T-Man Bone Crusher here. Welcome to World of Tanks Strategy Guide Episode 2. In this episode, I'm going to talk about where to hit the E-100. The E-100 is the German Tier 10 heavy tank. It is a beast of a tank. The armor is ridiculous. Fighting the E-100 head-on with regular AP shells is very difficult to penetrate. There's only few spots that have reliable penetration as long as the angle is correct or right. One of the few reliable spots to penetrate in E-100 is the lower plate, and I'll show you where the lower plate is in the future of this video. But when the E-100 goes hull down, meaning that it covers the bottom tank, it limits your options on where to pen. And in this video, I'm going to show you your other options where to pen the E-100. So as you can see, I'm in my IS-7. That's a Tier 10 heavy. When the E-100 turret is flat like that, not angled, that's gonna pen every time. And as you can see, darn, that's in my way. The lower plate is in between the bottom part of the tank, in between the two tracks. That is the lower plate, and that is where you want to hit. But when it comes between that and the side of the turret, hit the side of the turret every time. Easy penetration. So the E-100 is going to hug this hill and hide his lower plate. I do not have a shot on that weak spot, so I wonder, where can I hit? The turret ring. And another great thing about this location is that I am shooting down on him, and so he has less angled armor for my gun to penetrate. And I hit it reliably, doing 445 damage. I'm sure he was wondering what happened. How did I penetrate? Well, I found a way. And there you see, my shot was angled a little too low, hit his lower plate, but it just tracked him. Didn't do any damage.
Get going!
So I find it in the same position, same shot, and I finish him off. Okay, here I am in my Tier 9 heavy, IS-8. E-100 coming around the corner, and that is a shot into his lower plate. Nice trajectory there. I was not shooting down on it. Had good angle and was able to go through. But he hides his lower hull. So where do I shoot? Right in the turret ring. And if you see there, let's rewind that. Bear with me. And if you notice where I aim closely, pause. Right there. That is the turret ring I speak of. Oh, beautiful. 439 damage. So by now you might be wondering, okay, yeah, you're in your Tier 10 heavy and you hit him pretty easily. Big whoop. Or you're in your Tier 9 heavy that has better penetration than the Tier 10. Big whoop. What about Tier 8s? Where do I shoot in my Tier 8 heavy when I come up facing the E-100? Well, pretty much the same spots. Any other options? Here you see, I shoot him right through the lower plate and I set the E-100 on fire. So, I penetrated no problem setting the E-100 on fire above the lower plate in my Tier 8 IS-3. Here's another shot, and it dinged. So, it's not a given you're going to pin in the lower plate. Well, I'm in trouble. What should I do? Lower plate didn't work? The turret ring. Got lucky there. And he comes face hugging, 500 damage. Trying again on the turret ring, but that was not a good angle. You need to come in either slightly at an angle slightly above or straight turret ring. If you're gonna shoot at a lower angle, then it's not gonna happen. You gotta shoot right in that bullet, that missile or projectile, whatever, has to go right in that gap in order for it to pin reliably. But I'm in my tier 8 heavy. I was not using premium ammo. These were standard shells, and I had 2 good penetrating shots on that E-100. So we covered the lower plate, we covered the turret ring. Now keep in mind, these are places to pin when you're facing head-on with the E-100. Every tank's weak spots are on the side and on the back. We know that those you can pin mostly, but this whole purpose of the video is to show us where we can pin when we are not able to flank the E-100, where we have to face it head-on. And so what happens when its lower plate is hidden and its turret ring is hidden? Where else are we gonna shoot? Unless you're using gold, you're not gonna go straight through the turret. It's just not gonna happen. So what are your other options? Well, you'll see that strip right on top of his, right on the very top of his turret. Has a few bullet shots to it. So what do? I take him out. So there you have it. 3 good options when you're facing the E-100. I think when you have the hull or the lower plate as an option, always aim for the lower plate. If that's not an option, go for the turret ring. If that's not an option, go for that tiny little strip sticking on top of the turret. Anything other than that, when you're not using premium, it's not going to pin. And you're going to be really lucky to pin. So I hope this helps. I know when I first got to the tier 8s and 9s and 10s when I faced the E-100, I didn't know where to pin. I mean, I aimed for the lower hole because the lower plate, I keep saying the lower hole, the lower plate, because that's where most tanks' weak spots are in the front. And, you know, that should be a given. Most of the tank's weak spots from the front are the lower plate. But hopefully this video can give you more options or other options when facing the almighty E-100. Hope you enjoyed. If you like, please subscribe. I will be finding more content on strategy guides, ways to improve our tanking. If you have any tips for me or any other places that you've pinned an E-100, go ahead and feel free to add that in the comments. Make this a community teaching session so that everyone can learn more things about this game. But until next time, I'll see you again.